rang me. She said, "There's a snake hanging off your roof." She said, with a great big possum hanging out. And I said, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me!" And when I got home,
Down on the ground.
he's down over here, up by where the light is. There he is. Can you see him?
Oh yeah. I've got a camera in my hand in case you're wondering.
Oh. Actually, I was going to get my camera.
Do the educational thing. I'll let him finish it.
Eh?
I'll let him finish, otherwise you'll just vomit it up and be wasted.
It was half out earlier on. I can't believe he's not a big snake though, is he?
No, not at all. His eyes are bigger than his belly.
He was. I saw him 2 days, not yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. The birds were going nuts in the trees just down the back here, in the corner, by the garage down the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'm going, what's the bloody hell going on? And these birds are massive, and they go, nothing. And I turn around, this bloody snake around the back of me, like he just missed me, coming down the bottom and underneath, and went behind the back of the shed. The dog went ballistic, and so I had to get him in. But I knew they were around.
The birds are the best snake catchers. They'll let you know when there's something around.
Yeah, they went nuts. I thought, I couldn't believe it. Hey.
Yeah. Well, this is a good indication for me filming this for people who really don't have an understanding of just how big a feed a snake can eat.
It's unbelievable.
So you can imagine this little snake.
Would it eat my dog though? I mean,
No.
he's a lot bigger.
No. This is going to stretch this snake to capacity. But you can imagine if you've got a 10-kilo snake, what it could potentially do to your dog.
I knew he was small. All right, I'm not big on snakes. Come on.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've had bigger here, as you know.
Yeah.
And I knew he was small. He's like a medium, like baby snake, really.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Oh, not baby, but just young.
He's a youngster.
Yeah.
So mummy around somewhere?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, I've already caught a couple of his uncles and stuff.
I tell you what, my roof, they must be getting in somewhere. I don't know where they're getting in, because they're coming down from the roof somewhere.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, poor possum. That's the way it works.
How would you get the possum? Because possums are pretty...
Powerful
creatures.
But they are. But what happens is the pythons are surprisingly powerful, and it will grab that possum and wrap very, very quickly around...
With its teeth?
Grab the possum with its teeth and then wrap the snake's body around the possum's body, and pretty much inhibit the possum from moving too well. Although that possum will turn around usually and take chunks out of the snake somewhere and claw it, but it doesn't take long for the snake to be able to subdue the possum totally so that it can't breathe or anything, and then it gives up pretty quickly.
I'm going to go get my camera. The snake knows you're here then?
No, not yet.
Where is he?
He's covering his face. He's being shy. Oops.
Let's see. Your camera's gone on, listen. I'll be back in a second.
Well, he's got the thickest part of the possum down, so the rest should happen pretty quickly. He's doing the bon appetit thing.
Oh my god.
We spend so much money rehabbing possums too, but I guess that's the way Mother Nature works. Jesus, some Aussies here.
Oh. Oh my god. Poor little bugger.
No,
Would it have been a baby possum, you reckon?
No, that's... Oh, it depends on, that's, looks like about a kilo's worth.
You reckon?
Yep. Which is almost sexually mature. It's not a fully grown possum by any means.
Poor sod. So what do you got this last night or this today? Because like possums don't come out in the day.
No, you would have got it an hour ago or so.
But it's daylight.
Oh, in the dark it would have been.
Yeah, my daughter came round, she rang me. I was at the gym, as I say, and she just said, there's a bloody possum hanging out this python's mouth. I just cried.
Can you imagine how, it's horrible to say this, but how people are when I go to jobs and it's either their cat or something like this?
Oh, no. she was telling me a story about a Jack Russell, my daughter, and she said that some friends were looking after this Jack Russell, and it was over at Ormo Hills here.
Yeah.
And she said they'd left it out, and then the actual, apparently this big python, it was a huge one apparently, it come through their roof into
The house.
the house.
Yeah, they can...
Somehow they pushed down the actual, what do you call it, thing, a square thing in the roof.
Oh, the manhole.
Manhole.
Yep.
How would they push that through?
They normally wouldn't push anything to get into a house. It would be somebody's left something open.
Oh yeah, well anyway, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Anyway, and she said she couldn't find this dog anywhere when she got home. She went into this room where the manhole was or whatever, and there it is, it's hanging down the wall, where it's massive, with this Jack Russell half in and half out.
Mm-hmm. I went to a job, it actually bothered me a little bit. When I was saying about the strength of these guys, I was in Hope Island at the time, and a lady rings me frantic saying there's a friggin' massive carpet python, blah 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 blah, and I thought, cool, I'm only 2 minutes away. So I've done the high, and as I'm driving down a driveway, I could see she was in quite a state, and she just owned this little, like your sort of dogs, but only 2 weeks. It was only a puppy, and this was about a 3 metre carpet had grabbed the puppy, and I tried with all my might to get the snake off the dog, but I couldn't. And then, you know, you had to tell the lady that it's too late. And geez, I felt bad about it. But in my whole time of snake catching, I've only ever seen 5 dogs eaten. And they're usually dogs that are locked in with a snake, or very, very small puppies. They are usually smart enough to go yap, 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 and take 3 steps back.
Yeah, Hamish did that the other day. He barked at it, and it backwards. Because I've lost my other one, the one that the bitch. I've lost her last Christmas to
A tick?
2 ticks. 2 ticks. Literally, and she'd had all this treatment done and everything like that, but she'd been bitten before the year before, and they said her heart was so weak. Yeah, and
well, I went through that for the first time last Saturday. What was it? Last Friday night. Came home from work at 1 in the morning, laid on bed with my dog, and went, "What the hell was that?" And seen a little paralysis tick, and pulled it off her. I was shitting myself. I couldn't sleep after that. I thought she was going to get sick. So I was googling it and reading everything and getting on Facebook and talking to all my vet friends. And first thing in the morning, as soon as the vet's open, I rang them, and they said, "Is she listed all the symptoms?" I went, "Nothing. She's acting 100% normal." They said, "Don't worry about it. You probably got it normal." And I went, "You know what? I'm bringing her in anyway. I want you to go over." So $120 later, but it was worth it because I got both my dogs tested for heartworm, put on Advantix, everything done.
Well, she's been done, and I actually fenced everything off here, all right, because I didn't want her to go down the back and everything like that. Anyway, she got these 2 ticks, and I usually check them every single bloody night, you know, and I've been working, and I didn't get into 8 o'clock that night, so I was tired. I hadn't checked it that night. Oh God, of all nights. And the next morning, my son come up at 5 o'clock, and because you got the lights on there, and he come up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He went, "Where is Mishka?" Because Hamish keeps coming to me barking and like this, and then running off. And I said, "Oh," he's knocking on my door. And next thing I know, she's down the bottom of the garden, at the bottom of here, and flat, can't move, spread out, paralysed, coughing, spluttering, can't breathe, vomiting,
No way.
everything. And by the time I got to the vets, her lungs were full.
Yeah, I'd be devastated if they didn't.
And she'd gone.
I'm lucky.
They just said there was no point.
The advantage with me, I guess, is that most of the time, even if I am working this sort of work, not my shows, the dogs are with me, and I'm permanently touching them. So that's why I felt it, even when it was like
But
tiny.
I used to check them all the time, only because the year before she got a tick. She was in hospital for 4 days.